Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I'm here for another video. This video is going to be a bit shorter than usual. I just wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on Reggie Fils-aime seemingly deconfirming any future classic consoles and kind of saying that the Switch Online service may get things like the SNES games, the N64 games, and more. But let's not dilly-dally any farther. Let's get right on into this. So, in an interview with Hollywood Reporter, Reggie Fils-aime was asked about the classic consoles. In fact, he was asked this direct quote, "Do you have plans for doing another classic console in the future? Do you expect to release any more games on the classic consoles that have already been released?" And this is exactly what he had to say. "There's no ability for add-on content with our classic consoles, duh." Kind of a dumb question, to be honest. But back to quote. "So when you purchase the console, it's coming with that set roster of content. We worked very hard, both for the NES Classic and the SNES Classic, to really have the best games that define that generation. We've said that the current systems are the extent of our classic program. We've also been clear that, at least from an America's perspective, these products are going to be available through the holiday season, and once they sell out, they're gone. And that's it. The way that consumers will be able to continue participating with our classic content is going to be through Nintendo Switch Online. We just released 3 new games, Ninja Gaiden, Warriors of Woods, and Adventure of Lolo, from the NES generation onto that platform. We look at that as the main way that consumers will be able to experience that legacy content." So this says a few things. First off, it says that, as he clearly stated, at least in America, there will not be any more NES Classic or SNES Classics made. As soon as the ones that have already been made for this holiday season sell out, they're gone. They're not coming back. It also says, too, we're not getting an N64 Classic. Now, Reggie already said that an N64 Classic wasn't on the horizon, but I think a lot of people, me included, kind of saw this as, you know, smoke and mirrors, kind of throwing us off the scent to try to be like, you know, kind of hiding things, and later like, oh, here's the N64 Classic, you didn't see that coming, because we told you it wasn't happening. But yeah, Reggie's known to do. But this is going a little bit farther than that. I think this is like direct confirmation that the SNES Classic and the NES Classic, that's it. That's all they plan on doing. That's all the classic consoles that they plan on doing. To quote him, that is the extent of the classic program. That's what it is. And they're not even going to be continuing that anymore. And that the Nintendo Switch Online will be the place to be. So, thirdly, I think this kind of confirms at least SNES games coming on the platform, because, you know, he said NES Classics and SNES Classics will be discontinued, and the online service is where you're going to go to play those classic games, but we don't have SNES games on the online service as of now. So how are we going to play those on there if they're not there? So at the very least, SNES games seemingly are confirmed, and when the Nintendo Switch Online service was first announced, we were actually supposed to get SNES games and SNES games. You know, we were only supposed to get like one of each, so we got a lot more than that with NES games, but we were supposed to get SNES games as well, and we haven't even gotten one of those. So I think this kind of confirms SNES content, and I think that they're going to go beyond that. If they're not going to make an N64 Classic, I think they're going to put these N64 games onto the Switch Online. I think that's what they're going to do. I mean, otherwise, why not make an N64 Classic? If you're not gonna have a way for people to play these games, why even renew the copyrights for them? Why do things like sue emulator sites for $12 million if you're not even gonna make those games available to purchase? So I definitely think that we're going to be getting not only SNES games, but N64, GameCube, maybe even Wii. Although Wii is a little bit newer, so maybe we'll get like, you know, just ports of Wii games, or maybe they will emulate Wii games at 1080p. That'd be pretty nice. I know on the NVIDIA Shield they're already doing that emulating Wii games on there, but they're selling those individually, so I think we might get those sold individually instead of being on the online service. But I definitely think SNES games, N64 games, and GameCube games could start making their way onto the online service. And the president of Nintendo themselves at an investor meeting said he wanted to make the online service seem like a better deal, seem more attractive to people, and putting things like the SNES games, N64 games, and GameCube games on there, especially if they don't do classic versions of those systems, would be a great way to compel people to get the service. But guys, of course, this is all speculation. All he really said was that they're gonna, once the SNES and NES games or classics are sold out, they're not making any more, and pretty much deconfirmed the N64 Classic. He never said that SNES games or N64 games or GameCube games or anything like that were going to go on the online service, so don't see this as confirmation of those things. He didn't even directly deconfirm an N64 Classic, he just kind of soft deconfirmed it, but he really, this is the second time he's come out and been like, guys, no, we're not, no more classics, they're not happening. So I kind of tend to believe him at this point. Just like the first time I was kind of like, okay, maybe smoke and mirrors, but they're really hammering it down like, no, guys, classics is dead, no more. So yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know down in the comments below. And yes, this is all for this video. If you enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for more awesome content Monday through Saturday. And make sure to hit that like button and ring that notification bell for notifications of all my content. And of course, share this with anybody you know who loves Nintendo stuff. And anyways, guys, I'll see all you dudes later on What About Nintendo. Bye!